Hello, my name is Jordan Gibbs here at the Career and Technical Ed for Gull Lake High School. And for my research and development, I've been learning about networking, trying to build a foundation towards a CCNA certification. Sorry if I sound a little congested, I do have a stuffy nose, but I've been learning networking through various means, like YouTube using NetoworkChuck's CCNA course, and I want to show a bit about that. So to do this, I'm going to be going through the lab that I went through, watching his videos, and about routers, because episode 2 of his free CCNA course was about routers. If you haven't already, I would recommend checking out my previous video about switches. But without further ado, let's get started. So first off, I went to his YouTube channel, and in the video description, he always has a link to download his course. So I have that already set up. So I just gotta click on it. I will be using Cisco Packet Tracer for this lab. So as we see, we have his logo. NetoworkChuck. I would recommend checking him out because he has a bunch of useful videos. So first off, I feel like I should start off with what is a router, because that's what the main video is about. So a router is just a networking device that connects to other networks and manages network traffic on your network. Um, as we see here, we have a network right here. Now, what is the network really? It's basically a bunch of connected devices, but it could also be said that it's just a bunch of IP addresses. Now, this is an IP address right here. As we notice, they're from the same network because they all start with 10.1.1, and we notice that here. Um, so, yeah, that's basically what a network is. As we see over here on the server, we have another network. It starts with 23.227.38.65. Um, so that's that server's network. See here, if we zoom in a little bit, you can see a little logo there of NetoworkChuck's stuff. But anyway, I'm going to be demonstrating how a device from this network can ping another device from this network. Uh, so to do this, I'm going to be using Johnny as an example. So I'm going to go to his command prompt. I'm going to ping 23.227.38.65. And I better go into simulation mode so I can explain things better. Alright, so let's ping this guy. So what do we have here? We have an ARP message. As we see here, well, that's the ping message, but right next to it we have an ARP message. Now, what does this ARP message do? So basically, this ARP message is going to ask everyone out here who has the IP address I just pinged. And if we fast forward in time here a little bit, it's going to go to the switch. This is the ARP message, I believe. Yep, it's the ARP message. Travels on layer 2 for the switch. And we see it's going to travel to every one of these. See, they have X's right here because they're like, nope, we don't have that IP address. But if we look on here, the router does. But why is that? Because it has the gateway address. The switch doesn't really know anything about layer 2, so it's not gonna know the MAC address of a device on a different network, and it's not even gonna bother to try knowing. So we see the destination at IP address right here for the out layers. It's gonna be like, I'm the IP address you were looking for, Johnny. That's basically what it's gonna say. So we're gonna skip forward a little bit. It's gonna go back. And it's gonna respond to the ARP message that it got. And then we see that it has the MAC address of the router, and then it's received permission to ping. So it's gonna go back, and now we see that there's a ping message right here, but it won't go because it doesn't have this over here. So it doesn't have like the MAC address over there. So it has to, the router's gonna have to send out an ARP request to all the networks over there. And for some reason, is this over here? Oh, that's weird. But anyways, if I click right there, we say that it's sending an ARP message. So the router is going to send an ARP message out to the whole internet and ask, what does this IP address belong to? And if we fast forward a little bit, it's going to go to this network switch, and then it's going to go to here. And then this server is going to be like, yeah, I have that IP address. So now that ARP message is good, it's gonna, the Johnny now has permission to send out a ping message. So it's gonna go through there, cause what that ARP message was doing was it was gaining the MAC address. If I'm not mistaken, it was getting the MAC address of the server. And if we check this message out here, we see the out layers. It's going to be heading to that MAC address, and that IP address as well. And in layers, see we have the switch. It's going to this address, or it's going to the MAC address of the router first, because that's how it gets out to the internet, which is what this network is from. So if we ping it, or if we keep on fast forwarding, I mean, it's going to go all the way over to this server right here. And it's going to respond. It's going to travel the same way it came. And it's going to go back to Johnny. And if we look at our message, reply, we have a reply. Isn't that pretty neat? And it's going to keep on going for a bit. And I don't know when it's going to stop. It might not ever stop. I'm still new to this software. But that's how it works. And before I end this recording, I want to show a little CLI command I learned. So I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to do enter. And normally you would do something called enable first. Well, yeah, enable. That allows you to type different commands in. And the command I learned from NetoworkChuck was called show IP route. This basically just shows the routing table of the router, because it knows how to send things to different places. Like, it stores the IP addresses of things it sends it to, but it only stores it for a little bit of time, and it will eventually forget it and we'll have to relearn it. Like we saw when it had to ping that or send out an ARP request, it'll have to do that again, but for now it will remember that. Now in the video he does go into a bit about DNS servers, but he doesn't go really in depth with them, so I'm gonna leave that out of the video for now. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have a good day.